Good morning, guys, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's Steve Williams here from PowerQuest, and I just thought I'd bring you a little end of year wrap up, so to speak, on what's been very busy year for PowerQuest in 2017, and we couldn't have done it without you guys' support. So we're extremely grateful for those of you who've joined us this year, and those of you who've been with us for many years. But yeah, what a year! Starting in March, I suppose, with the introduction of Glyn Williams and Andy Kopchak into the ranks to join myself, Ash, Rich, and Paul. First show of the year was Hammerfest in North Wales. Great times and a great little warm up before we headed into the studio in April and May to record Sixth Dimension. As many of you know, we recorded in Rogue Studios in London with your friend and mine, Alessio Garavello, at the production helm. What a guy, what an engineer. I think he got the very best out of everybody, and I think all the boys to a man were saying, don't want to record anywhere else. This was brilliant. I'll mix the album with Al during May, and absolutely delighted and thoroughly enjoyed that process. And Jens Bogren at Fascination Street Studios in Sweden completed the job for us on the mastering side of things. Good point, I suppose, to mention Emil and all the team at Inner Wound Recordings, also in Sweden. Bit of a pattern there, isn't there? They've been ultra supportive of the band. Nothing's been too much trouble. It's been a really productive and successful working relationship. I'm very pleased on that front. I should also thank Felipe Franco Mercado for bringing another one of my artistic visions to life and doing an incredible job. Absolutely stellar stuff. And it was a real thrill as well to be producing the vinyl edition of the album. First time we've done that. And a nice media book special edition as well, which included pictures of the Guardians of Neverworld, for example. Those guys massively contributed to the crowdfunding that was done around the album, as did the Soldiers of Neverworld and the Wizards of Neverworld as well. So everybody who helped us out, I'll take my hat off if I had one on. I'll take my hat off to you all. You've been amazing, and I'm sure the guys will join me in thanking you from the bottom of our hearts. So yeah, after that we kind of switched into arguably the most busy and travel heavy live schedule we've ever had as a band, to be honest. Started with a little show in Portsmouth in June, before we went to play and headline SOS Festival in Manchester in July. A great event, well run, family organised, kids friendly, a brilliant event. If you've never been, please check it out. Following that, we had the absolute pleasure of performing at Sabaton Open Air Festival in Sweden. That was blindingly good fun. We played an exclusive set for those guys where we played the entire Wings of Forever album to celebrate the 15th anniversary of that album being released. The one and only time we'll ever do that. So it was an absolute blast and really cool to catch up with the likes of Bill Hudson, Tommy Johansson and many other people, as well as so many fans. Sebastian McHale, all you guys, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you on your own turf, so to speak, where you've been to London to see us play, kind of thing. So it's nice to be able to return the favour. Things got really crazy after that. I'd never been on a plane for longer than 3 hours prior to this year. So come last day of August, I think it must have been, or somewhere around there, we all jumped on a plane and headed for Japan. What a great ride that was. Absolutely brilliant fun. We even all enjoyed the travelling, a stopover in Seoul, South Korea, and when we eventually arrived in Japan, all the Valhalla production guys, Yama, Taka, Meg, all looked after us so well during the 3 days of Evoken Festival, where we played 2 shows in Tokyo and 1 in Osaka. Got to ride the bullet train and all that kind of stuff as well. It was incredible. The guys really, really looked after us, and I truly appreciate that. Cool to meet up with the Freedom Call guys over there as well, and Twilight Force and Celador as well. All very good friends. Some long-standing, some relatively new, but great guys to a man, and it was an absolute thrill to play with those guys and meet so many fans in Japan who've been waiting 15, 16 years for the opportunity to see PQ play over there. So we made the most of it. We spent as much time as we could with each and every person, and it really was a truly, I don't know, unique experience, something I've been dreaming of probably since I was 13 years old or something like that, so over 30 years, you know, and finally to get there was amazing, absolutely amazing. We flew back from Japan, stopped one night in London, and then flew out to Atlanta for Prague Power USA. Unfortunately, due to Andy and Glyn arriving in the band quite late on in the visa application process, it wasn't possible to obtain visas for those guys. So again, I'm in a massive debt to my good pals Chris Peterson from Celador and Bill Hudson from Dirk Schneider, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and formerly of Powercrest as well. Those 2 guys stepped into the breach and helped us to deliver a really cool show to open up the Prague Power event this year. We stopped over there for the whole festival. Again, it was my first time in the States. Absolutely thrilling experience. Big shout out to Nathan Block, Milton Mendonca, Glenn, and all the guys involved in organising Prague Power. Brilliantly run event. Nothing was too much trouble for the guys. The crew, Shane and the guys, to a man, they all knew their jobs inside out and back to front. And again, nothing was too much trouble. It was absolutely incredible. So flying home after that, you know, you'd think, oh, well, what can we do now? Well, we'll go on tour with Dragon Force for 11 shows in the UK, which is exactly what we did. You know, covering the whole country from Glasgow to Dover. Probably the highlight was a sold-out show at the Electric Ballroom in London on October the 13th, which coincidentally was the same day our new album came out. So perfect timing in a lot of ways. A few people said, Friday the 13th? Aren't you superstitious? Nah, not at all. But it worked out perfectly. We even managed to convince Sam Topman to join us on stage for Far Away during that show. There's some footage of that kicking around on Facebook, and yeah, it was good fun. After that tour, we did 4 headline shows as well, up and down the country in Newcastle, Grimsby, Cardiff, and London. So you know that was a hell of a busy year on the live front, and I think it was a very successful year on the live front as well. You know, to take the band around the world and show people what we can do, and you know, give people a chance to meet the guys and so on and so forth. Really, really good fun. So, what does next year hold? Well, we're back on the road again in February for Hard Rock Hell Metal Festival in Birmingham in the UK, and also 4 shows with Freedom Call in the UK as well, where we'll be in Glasgow, Sheffield, Cannock and London, starting on February the 22nd, those 4 shows. We've also got Amplified Festival in Gloucestershire in July, which we're very much looking forward to. It's a new one for us. We've never played that, but I've heard great things about the event, so I'm looking forward to that. We're also working on some more club shows for 2018, and we're also looking at possibly diving into the studio again as well briefly. I'll let you know more about what's going on that side of things in due course. So yeah, what a year. So everybody who's come to see us, whether it's in Sweden, the US, Japan, or the UK, thank you so much for coming along and supporting the quest. It's been an absolute privilege to play for all of you. So, Christmastide looming large again. I'd like to take the opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, to your families as well, and a very peaceful and prosperous New Year. All the best for the coming 12 months, and I look forward to seeing as many of you as is humanly possible on the road during the course of the year. In the meantime, as always, be good, be safe, take it easy, and we'll see you all soon. Merry Christmas.